everyone. This is our lesson on sales tax and discount, following along with our Unit 9 Applying Percents unit. So before we talk about sales tax and discounts, we want to make sure that we understand the important words that we need to know. So sales tax and a tip are figured out by taking the percent of a total and then adding it to that total or to the original cost, so what we started with. The total cost then would be the price after you add the sales tax or tip or subtract the discount. And then a discount is you take the percent of the total but you subtract it from the original cost. So these might be, you might want to pause the video so you can write these definitions in with these words. So first we'll talk about sales tax. If a video game originally cost $74 and the sales tax is 4.25%, what is the total cost of the video game? There's two different ways to figure out the total cost. So one, we can add sales tax to the regular price. So first what we're going to do is we are going to find out what is 4 2/2500% of $74, which we know that we change this to a decimal, so 0.0425 of means times 74. So let's put that in our calculator. You do this with me. 0.0425 times 74 gets me, and this is money we're talking about, so we round it to the nearest hundredth always, $3.15. That would round up to $3.15. Okay, this is my sales tax. Very important to understand that this isn't the total, this is my sales tax. This is what I'm going to add on to the cost. So then my last step is that I take $74, which is the price of the video game, and I add $3.15, which would give me $77.15. That would be my total. Okay, so when you have sales tax, you know that the price is going to go up. So that's one way that you know that you did it correctly. Okay, method 2 would be to add the tax percent to 100%. So we can take 4 2/2500% and add it to 100%, because really what we're doing is we're basically taking 104.25% of 74. So 100 plus 4.25 would be 104.25% of 74. And then remember, we move the decimal 2 to the left, so it would be 1.0425 times 74. 1.0425 times 74 would give me 77.145. So I round it because it's money to 15 cents, put my dollar sign, and there's my answer. Since we're talking about money in this entire lesson, you need to make sure you go out to the hundredths place. So if there's not a digit there, you add a 0. If there's more than 2 digits after the decimal, you round it to hundredths, always. What is the total cost of a sweatshirt if the regular price is $42 and the sales tax is 5.5%? So 5.5% would also be written as 5.5%. Okay, so and then we still need to change that to decimal form. So we're going to take $42. We're going to find what 5.5% of $42 is. So then let's rewrite that. Go 2 to the left. So 0.055 times 42. So 0.055 times 42. And we get 2.31, which is $2.31. That's my sales tax. Then we take $42 and we add $2.31, and we get $44.31. So that is my total cost. Mrs. Little, Mrs. Kraska, and Mrs. Greiner went out to eat at Applebee's to celebrate Pi Day. Their bill was $43.25. If they want to tip the waitress 15%, how much of a tip will the waitress get? So tipping is just like sales tax, same process. So we want to know what is 15% of $43.25. So make that a decimal, 0.15 times 43.25. So let's put that in our calculator. It's awesome if you do it with me because then you're practicing all the steps. And we get a pretty long number, round to the nearest hundredths, obviously because it's money. So $6.49 is the tip. And then what will the total amount paid, or what will be the total amount paid after the tip? So then we do 43.25 plus 6.49. So 43.25 plus 6.49. And we get $49.74. Okay, now let's talk about discount, which is pretty similar, except we do the opposite. So a hoverboard that has a regular price of $68 is on sale at a 35% discount. What is the sale price of the hoverboard? So we all know that if something is on sale and we bring it to the register and we see the original price, that it's going to be cheaper. They're going to take the price and make it cheaper, so that's what a discount is. So our answer this time needs to make sure that it's less than the original price. So method 1, we subtract the discount from the regular price, so we can do $68. Actually, nope, let's do 35% of $68. So 0.35 times 68. Gets me 23.8. Because it's money, what I was talking about before, you need to add a 0. So that means that I'm going to get $23.80 off. That's my discount. So now, because it's discount, I'm going to go back to my original price, 68, and I'm going to subtract $23.80. So 68 minus $23.80 is going to get me 44.2. which is not how I write money. I have to add that 0. So I would pay $44.20. My next method is subtracting the percent of discount from 100%. So before, just like we added 100%, or added the percent to 100, we can subtract it. So if we do 100 minus 35%, we get 65%. So basically what we're paying is 65% of the hoverboard. So we could take 65% of 68. And if you check that in your calculator and we do 0.65 times 68, we would get 44.2, which we add that 0, and then they match up. Okay, a couple more examples. A t-shirt that has a regular price of $15.50 is on sale at 25% discount. What is the sale price of the t-shirt? So I'm going to I want to know what 25% of $15.50 is. So we know, by now, we know that we do 0.25 times 15.50. And we get 3.875, so I need to round that to $3.88. That's my discount. Then we take $15.50 and we subtract our discount. So 15.50 minus 3.88 gets me $11.62 is my total cost. I could also, just because I know 100% minus 25% is 75%, I could also just take 75% of $15.50. And if I put that in my calculator and do 0.75 times 15.5, I would also end up with, $11.63, but that's because I rounded different, or because I had to round this first time around. Converse shoes have a regular price of $50 and are on sale for 15% off. What is the sale price? So why don't you pause and try either way and come back and check your answer. So I'm going to find 15% of 50, which we know that it's 0.15 times 50, and I get $7.50. And then I'm going to take 50 and I'm going to subtract 750, and I would get, not that, $42.50. I also know that 100% minus 15% is 85%. So if you did 85% of 50, 0.85 times 50, you would also get $42.50. Okay, one final example. A cell phone is on sale for 30% off. If the sale price is $349.99, what is the original price? So this time we're going to use the method where we subtract the percent off of 100. So if the cell phone was on sale for 30% off, that means we paid 70% of the price of the phone, because 70% plus 30% is 100%. So we know that 70% of whatever the original cost was, we'll say X, equals $349.99. So this brings us back now to solving with the percent, proportion, or equation. So let's just rewrite that as a decimal. 0.70 times X equals $349.99. I can divide both sides by 0.70. So then X is going to be, so we're going to do 349.99 divided by 0.70. And we're going to round that. It's going to be $499.99 as the original price. And if we just check that really quick, so $499.99 times 0.7, because we're paying 70% of it, it gets me $349.99. So then I know that that works. All right, that's all I have. Have a great day.